हो गया सर।
Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ratunadev on behalf of Centurion University. Uh, because as a part of our CSR activity, we are arranging nowadays some online workshops. Today we are going to, actually today's session is on digital painting. Uh, on the eve of this whole program, I would like to thank Mr. Saptarshi De, who is an experienced person of this field, who worked over more than uh, 14 years on digital painting, animation, and I'll not go with much more words and other things. I'll request Saptarshi sir to be here. Please, Saptarshi sir, please open your video and please start. Before we start everything, we'd like to have some intro from your side, and all of the people who are watching it, they are actually our students. They are from various domains. Hello, sir. Thanks a lot, as because you are here. Thanks a lot. I intend to ventilate a lot of thanks to you on behalf of Centurion University, Palakendi campus. Thank you, sir. This podium is yours, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your kind words. And hello, students, and hello, everyone who's attending the workshop. So, Atanu, I know him from a long time, and I'm also a fan of his work. He's a very good artist as well.
Thank you.
And am I audible properly, right?
As, yeah, a bit low. Your voice is a bit low.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Uh, so, as my introduction, actually, I'm not a traditional. I'm not from a traditional art field. Actually, mm, I don't have any art college background or something like that. Uh, actually, uh, I used to be good in mathematics in my student's life, and I got 100% marks in higher secondary in my mathematics paper. After that, I did my engineering in computer science. But after that, what happened? I joined uh, into animation. Actually, I switched my stream into animation. Then I learned all those things and doing lots of hard work and all. Then I worked as a 3D texture artist and animator in BQ International Studio, where I was privileged to work with the clients like EA Sports. Uh, I have worked with FIFA 2007, Half-Life, Burnout, those kind of games. Uh, After that, I joined a proper 3D animation studio, and I worked there for around 3 hours, 3 years, sorry. And then I joined a worldwide advertising agency called J. Walter Thompson, JW. So I worked there as a creative director in art, and I worked there for around 10 years. And I have made few, I mean, few animated actors and all, and many brandings and all, got several awards, international, national as well. One of my film got uh, uh, presented in Cannes Film Festival in 2019. So this is what my brief of my career. But after that, the last 2 months, I quit my advertising job and I joined United World Institute of Design in Gujarat as an assistant professor in animation and motion graphics. I'm teaching them animation, motion graphics, illustration, this kind of thing. So this is it. Yeah, and I love to travel with my car. I travel whole India with my car. This is my hobby. And first, today I'm gonna show some of my experience with Photoshop. So I'll do that now. But before that, I would like to share some of my work with you. So let me share my screen with you. Is it visible, my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is my portfolio website, and I have kept some of my work here. So this is a series where I have converted some world famous movie posters into our Patachitra design. Uh, our very own design in terms of Odisha and Bengal painting. So in Odisha, I guess it is called Pattachitra. So I implemented two styles and designs, the big movie posters, but unfortunately the project was got bombed by the client. So this art was never published. So I'm just placing it in my portfolio to show the people, and many people already have got those images in their work. As this is a digital painting, so I can make multiple copies of it and share to the people. So this is one I have done for a Kilvin. This one is the Titanic one, Star Wars, King Kong, The Kid, Harry Potter, Godfather, E.T., and James Bond, finally Avatar. So few these are few and yes, this series also done in Photoshop, and these are all my digital paintings. I have done all those things in using Photoshop, Manga Studio. Basically, I mean 80% Photoshop and 20% Manga Studio. I work uh, with those softwares, I mean simultaneously. So some part of my painting I used to do it in Manga Studio, and some part in Photoshop. So this is how I work my painting. So I'm just giving a quick look so that I can start showing some real work. I mean how I do this kind of thing. This is a collection of my black and white or monochrome painting. These are some color painting. I use specially Photoshop and little bit of Manga Studio, where I felt it would be helpful and in my comfort zone. So these are some cartoon and caricature with the previous stuff as well. some other book illustrations, some animation project, mood boards, concept art, those kind of painting. You know, these are some book illustrations. This one I have done for a few years back. I've done some caricatures as well. So these are few graphic novels I have made. This is one graphic novel which I have made and it's published in Bengali in 2008. So few of the pages of this, and we also have done it with using two softwares, Manga Studio and Photoshop. This is another one,
Be a bit louder.
horror graphic novel in Bengali.
Hello. Hello.
The black and white one, and few of my work
Hello.
was published.
Shakti, can you be a bit louder? A bit louder.
Okay,
Voice. Huh.
now it's fine, right?
Yes.
Um, so, am I audible properly now?
Yes, we are getting you.
Okay. So these are few of my graphic novel examples, and a few of my animation films are also there. So, and these are some storyboards I have done for various clients. This is a storyboard for Nova, the sunglass, uh, glass specs. I mean, those are their specialization. And this is the link pen storyboard. These are all actual storyboards I have worked. This is the client ITC, and this is for the tobacco. This is for ATK, Atletico de Kolkata. Storyboard I have done for Shore of Ganguly. This is the ATK storyboard I have done. This is the classic uh, cigarettes and the storyboard. So these are basically all advertising storyboards. This is for Tata, and this is a film production storyboard I have done for a Mumbai production house. I made those in very quick time. So I mean, these are very rough kind of boards. Some of my manual painting with papers, watercolors, mixed media, pastels. These are few work for exhibition, various exhibitions, and few of them already have sold. This one is a sold one. This one is another sold one. So these are few work, few Odisha work as well. Some of my photographs. So this is it all. I just want to show you one of my films, only 2 minutes one, and that has got several awards, international and Indian as well. So this was done in 2018 for Durga Puja, and the film got viral, and there was too many shares. I mean, 100,000 of shares, likes, and all WhatsApp. Actually, this film gone viral that time. So this is the one I'm gonna show you. After that, I'll start my workshop. So I'm playing.
Why is this background score is not there?
Isn't it?
Please go to your this share screen option.
Okay.
You'll get you'll get one option there. Share computer audio.
Share sound.
Like this, like that.
Can you hear it now?
Yes.
It was made in 2018. Okay, so I'm concluding my work presentation for now. So let us do some work with Photoshop. So this is how I work. This is a Photoshop. I mean, Atanu, is there? I mean, the students. I mean, what are the level of them? I mean, all amateurs or working with Photoshop digital painting?
All of them are amateurs, and some of them probably they are just today will be the first day with Photoshop.
Okay, okay.
Okay, some of them.
So I'm trying to make it a little bit of trivial. Okay. I mean,
Okay, thank you.
so this is a Photoshop window. If you open the Photoshop software or app, so you will see this kind of viewport, and these are actually Photoshop history. So where all the files I used or worked with, these are the display of those files. So you forget. I mean, don't worry about this. I mean, right now I'm gonna take a page in Photoshop where I'm gonna draw something. That's as simple as that. So go to File, New, and one window pops, and you can see there are some page dimensions which you click and open. That dimension with the, I mean, the page with that dimension will be opened. So this is A4 page. So if I click that, then the A4 page, the dimension of an A4 page will open up. And these are the customs. So you can take whatever your painting, I mean, canvas size you want. So this is the width and this is the height. So you, and then this is the pixel. You can convert it to inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, because I mean, all options are there. So you can do that. If it's a film, you are making a film, I mean, few paintings for a film, then your width should be 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. And resolution means, I mean, how many dots will be there in per square inch. So there are 72 dots, and if I make these dots, I mean, then my picture clarity will go up, because if you the many the dots, the quality will get higher. This is RGB color. So we have two color modes, RGB and CMYK. I don't go into the detail of those. So let us create a A4 page. Why I'm taking A4 page? So it will be easier to print. So see the A4 page here, they are showing the dimension as well. So it's 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters. And resolution 300. This is a good resolution for painting in Photoshop, so that your work doesn't get pixelated. And I'm taking the RGB color mode for now. So right now I'm creating one page. So I'm gonna click on create. So one page has been presented in front of me. Okay. So this is the viewport of Photoshop. What you are saying, these things are called pop-up windows. So this window is a layer window. See here, layer is written here. So in that, in Photoshop, we can put pages like an exercise book. I mean, there are many pages in exercise book. So in Photoshop, one page, you can stack down many layers. So I'm gonna take many layers and work differently on those layers. And this is a new layer option here. So if I click on that, so one new layer is created, and whenever I click on this layer, one new layer will be created. So this is how I can make infinite layers, and according to my necessity, I will create all those layers. Right now I'm deleting all those layers. So I'm clicking on one layer, clicking another layer with shift pressed. So all layers been selected. I just deleting for it right now. I'm just working with one layer right now. So this is one layer I'm taking. So others are this is called swatches. Means this is a ready-made color palette. So you can pick colors from this palette. And here you can see at the top, it's written file, edit, image, layer, type, select, filter, 3D, view, window, help. These are called menus, and this is called menu bar. So in file, you can open a new file, you can create a new file, you can open an existing file. So there are many options there. You can save or close your work, artwork. You can export into another format like JPEG. In Photoshop, the raw file is called PSD file. .psd is the extension. So if you want to preview that one, you can make it a JPEG one. So here's the option: open, save as, and you can have this option save as type. And if you click on this arrow, you will get all the different formats in which you can save. So this is the JPEG format for the preview. You can save your file. in a JPEG format as well. So then edit, there are many tools which will help you make a painting or do whatever you want to do with Photoshop. So there are many tools. I don't go into all those details today. And this is image. Here you can also do some work with these images. So there is adjustment. So you can control your painting brightness, contrast. So there are all those options. So you can change the colors. You can change the hue, saturation of your painting. I mean, those things you can do with the help of these tools. Similarly, there are layers. I mean, these are the layers I told you earlier. So here are, I mean, many options you can play with those layers. So these are the options. So type, so another menu is type. Then select. You can select in various ways your objects in the viewport. This is filter. So you can apply many filters. I mean, if you want to make a picture a little, if you want to make a photograph into a painting style look, then you can do it with the help of this filter. So this is a 3D also. I mean, three-dimensional work you can do it with Photoshop. This is the view. I mean, how you view your viewport, you can control with these settings. So this is window. Window means this is the viewport. I mean, how you arrange your viewport and how you get your tools. You will be getting all those things here. Okay. So, and the final thing I'm gonna show you is the menu bar. This is called the toolbar. Sorry, a toolbar, and here also we have some tools which will be very useful for us to make a painting. So first one, this one is called a move tool. So I can move anything with this tool. This is, and there are other tools are there. I will not discuss all these tools right now because I don't want all of these tools to make my painting. So I'm only discussing few of them which I'll be using for my painting. So this is a move tool. I can move objects with that. This is a selection tool. I can select with that. So let's take a quick demo of this. So this is the layer one. Say this is a brush tool. So I'm clicking the brush tool. So my brush, I have a brush with me right now. I can paint it with this brush. So what is the setting of this brush? So this is the setting menu of that brush. So you can control the size of your brush. You can make it bigger or smaller with the size tab. You can make the hardness and softness of your brush with the this hardness bar. And these are the brush settings. This is a hard brush. This is a soft brush. This is a abstract brush. These all the settings are there. So for now, I'm taking a abstract brush, and this is a size is 29 pixels. So you can see in my viewport that I'm just moving my mouse, and one brush, one dot is moving. That's my brush. So if I make it bigger, you can see the proper shape of the brush. So how can I make it bigger? So if I can increase the size here, so my brush will get bigger. So now you can see the proper shape of that brush. So this is the brush setting. Maybe I am clicking and sorry. Anyone want to ask anything?
No, probably someone has unmuted himself or herself.
Okay, so this is a object I have made. So I'm going to show you some tool options, how to use the tools. So I take a brush and paint a object here. So this is the, here you can see two squares, one with light blue and one with black. So light blue is called the foreground color option, and black is called the background color option. And here the brush is selected. So now since the foreground color is the light blue, so my object got a light blue color. So this is the move tool I told you earlier, the first one. So I can move this object after clicking that tool. So I can move this like this way. And this is a brush tool. I already have shown you the use of the brush tool. So if I click and move my mouse, you will get the brush, the mark in your page. And this is the layer I'm using. So this is a new layer. This is a background layer. The new layer I can edit anything. So if I click on this eye sign, so the layer got invisible. So I toggle it to see or to unsee it. And move tool, I'm moving this. And another one tool is called there's a dodge tool. So I can make it my color lighter with the dodge tool. And under the dodge tool, I can have a burn tool. So I can make my color darker with that burn tool. Burn and dodge. So dodge makes it lighter, and burn make it dark. Another important tool is called smudge tool. This is a smudge tool. With the help of this smudge tool, I can smudge my colors like this. So these only are the tools. I'm going to use only these 2-3 tools only, and maybe I don't know, one or two more. If I need that. And the last thing, before I start my painting, I'm gonna show you another brush setting option. So since I'm using a tablet means this is called Wacom Cintiq. Cintiq means it's a tablet where you can directly draw. You guys can go to Google or YouTube and search Cintiq. The spelling is Cintiq. Wacom Cintiq. So you'll see how it works. Now what I do? What I do, I'll show you the brush settings. So if you press F5, or if you go to Window and go to here, brushes. So you will see the pop-up of a new window. This is called brush, and there is brush settings. So you can see all the brushes. Different type of brushes here. These are different shapes of brush, and here are little settings I'm gonna do to start with my painting. So you can see here one thing is called shape dynamics. So I'm gonna click on the shape dynamics and click on enable first by giving the tick, and then I'm clicking on shape dynamics. And here first time you will open the Photoshop, you will see the control is off. And when you open that one option and select pen pressure, then you can see the edges are getting thinner, and the middle part of the brush, this is the preview portion, the middle part of the brush is thicker. So without it, if I am drawing a line, you see the line is uniform, is with uniform thickness. And if I enable the shape dynamics option with pen pressure on. Then if I'm drawing a line, see what is happening. See, in the side, it's going thinner. In the middle, it's getting much thicker with my pressure. So when I'm starting, I'm giving very less pressure, and in the middle, I'm giving more pressure. So this is happening, right? So this is minimum diameter thing. This way I can control the thick and thin amount of the brush, like this. And same thing is called the scattering, so that it's a see the brush, this brush, and I am going to make it scatter. So I just put the scattering on, and I just increase the scattering bar here. So you see now the edges are abstract, not clean as the earlier ones. And another, the final option is called transfer. So I'm gonna enable transfer and clicking on that, and also the opacity jitter. I go to the control off and make it pen pressure. So now I'm clicking. What is happening? When I'm giving less pressure, it's lighter. When I'm giving much pressure, it becomes darker. So three options I have enabled for my brush. One is shape dynamics for the thick and thin options of the brush. The scattering one to make those edges scattered, abstract, I mean not very generic. And the third one is transfer to control my opacity with my pressure of my brush, with the pressure of my brush. So this is all I need here today to make a painting. So let me start with one. Like first, what I do, I take an image reference in my mobile. I am going to show you one. So first, this is a horizontal painting. So I go to image, I go to image rotation, and I rotate it 90-degree clockwise, so that I get the horizontal view of a A4 paper. And now I'm taking a new layer, and first rough, the way I work, I first make a rough design of my painting. So I take a brush and the new layer, and I'm going to draw this one. This is the painting I'm going to draw, a rickshaw in Kolkata. So the thing is, this is my reference. So definitely I'm not gonna copy it. I'm gonna take reference and make a painting with it. Okay, Atanu, shall I start?
Yes, yes, yes.
So first, what I do, I make a rough of my layout. So I take a brush. This is a layer. I make the opacity a bit down of my layer, and I start drawing this. So if I press shift and drag my mouse, so I can get straight lines. So this is the window actually. So this is the base I have done. I have made the window. So roughly I'm going to make this for my rough layout. And another one, the eraser tool, I forgot to mention. So with the help of that, I'm gonna erase something I want. So this is the window I have done. With the help of the move tool, I can shift the window from here to there, and also I can see some design over the window. So this is how the design will work. So, and this is a little bit perspective. So in Photoshop, how can I do a perspective one? So I'll press Control and T in window and Command and T in Mac. So you can see a bounding box. So you can adjust the corners with, like this, to get the perspective view. And you can drag it down to make it smaller or bigger, like this. So there you can control. There are many controls. Like, I mean, you can scale it down, you can move it, you can rotate it. I mean, there are different options in the transform tool. So I'm transforming it a little smaller and a very little perspective. So I'm taking another new layer and see, I'm making the perspective view like this. So this is the world. The window. So this is a perspective view. And few rough edges. One PO box is there in my painting. The door a little bit open, so it looks like this. Something under the window. And here is another window. So this window is open. And I can erase to make out some details. And again, some window. Open windows. And this is again that same design for the door or something, minor details, some plasters or some darts and patches. This is what the wall, and this is the pavement of the road. And also I'm taking another new layer, and the other layers I'm putting those into a group. So if you select the layers and press Ctrl G, just hold on for a moment. I'm sorry, I got a call. So let us continue. So this is one. This is a group. Uh, I can make a group like I'm selecting the layers with pressing shift, and I just press Control G, and this is a group. This makes a group. So this is called opacity. If I can down it, so the uh, opacity got down. Okay. Then I'm taking another layer and I'm making a rickshaw in front of that window. So this is just a rough. Another thing I want to tell you about digital painting. Digital painting is another form of painting. So I mean, if you know how to draw or paint, then only you can digital painting. I mean, like computer softwares are not gonna do the painting for you. Okay, so this is the thing. Yes, obviously the tools they can help you. Like manually, you can take a help of a scale for making a straight line. Here, this will also give you the option of making a straight line. You can make a circle like this, and you can put it back to your place, and you can adjust the size and all. So, other side. Direction. This old Kolkata rickshaws are dragged by hand. I mean, one guy is doing that. Okay, so roughly I have made the rickshaw. So this is my layout, rough layout done. Right now what I do some light and shadow practice for that. So I take another layer, make the opacity down, and this is the other side. I'm making it a bit of shade, and these are the bricks also shades. The windows also different colors, and the rickshaw inside also different colors. Little bit of shadows as well. So I'm basically done with my okay. So I'm pretty much done with my basic layout of my paint. Right now it's time to make a tweaking of my painting. So These are some adjustments I need. I'm checking it according to my comfort. Okay. So now what I do, I'll start making the details. I'm making all details of my. So what I do, I'm going into zones. I mean zooming in my viewport to see the proper zones of my painting, and now I'll start doing the detailing. So I'm going to another brush. So I'm going to make the scattering a little down. I'm going to make the opacity jitter a little more. So these are the minimum changes. This depends upon depends on artist. I mean varies on artist, different artist. Okay, so let's start detailing it out a little. Like now I have the base of my painting, so I can detail out things what I have done here. I'm making my brush thick and thin using the open bracket and close bracket option. That's the shortcut of doing the size adjustment. In Photoshop, there is called an undo option. So whenever you do something wrong, I mean, if you've done something wrong, then you can use that undo option to undo that step. This is the biggest help of digital painting. You can do also like oil paint. In oil paint, you also can do you can remove your mistakes by uh, putting colors over the mistakes. But this you cannot do in watercolor. In watercolor, if you've done one mistake, then your work is gone. So uh, that's why watercolor is one of the toughest medium in painting world. So pretty much my rickshaw is done. We have time now to finish that.
Yes.
So this is my rickshaw, pretty much done. Then I'm going to detail out my building. So in painting, another thing is that we have to uh, we have to know. I mean, our limitations. I mean, in drawing, how much work you have to do and where you live. I mean, where you do more work, where you do less work. So you need to know that one. That's a very important. So I have made this rickshaw. I have detailed it out, and I'm gonna do some more details of my rickshaw. So if I made every detail in every corner of this painting look dull. So I need to select and choose some areas of my painting where I am going to detail out those, and I'll leave I'll leave few parts with very less details. So that you will see. So this one is a post box right side. I'm also going to make this post box uh, with more details as uh, these are called balance in painting. So I have to this is a in the left side of this corner my primary object, and so I need a secondary object right in my right side of my screen to stand out my primary object much better. Secondary object pretty much done. Now I whittle out those windows a little and also make the opacity little down. So let's whittle out the windows now. So I'm not gonna make more details into these portions. Very little detail I'm using some darts and scratches on the road. Shadow. I'm pretty much done here. Just some little bit finishing, and then it will be done. So what I do, I'll take a new layer. I'll take some opposite colors, means white. And I'm just getting some detailed out of my rickshaw. That's it. So this is pretty much done. So it was this, and I'm getting here. I can detail it out more with time, but I think this is okay for now.
Thank you, Shaptoshida, for this outstanding uh, work. And what I'll ask now, let's move into the section of Q&A, a question answer
Yes,
session.
yes. That's what
We can move into it. Dear participants, dear students, you can put on your microphone and unmute yourself one by one. If you are having certain queries, you can ask him.
I'm stop sharing my screen now. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So anyone want to ask me anything? So and go ahead.
Hello. I think you were having certain queries. You can ask him now.
So the first question is, I mean, you guys enjoy it? Enjoy the session, or it's a boring one? I mean, what do you think? This is my question to you all, actually.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, the lynching video that you had shown us in that YouTube, was that those pictures been first created, and after that you have stacked or merged those photographs and you have edited it for a video, or like how you had created certain kind of videos, sir?
Actually, that is the process of animation, 2D animation. I mean, first you have to draw some images, and then you have to animate those images either frame by frame, either by frame drawing or by the use of software. So I used Photoshop for my drawing, and I used After Effects for my animation. So the kind of animation which can be done within the limitations and reach of After Effects, I have done those in After Effects, like camera zooming, camera panning, those kind of things can be done in software. But one character is moving his hand, so I have to draw 4 or 5 drawings for that, and then I have to color those, render those, and put those with my required timing. So that's a combination of this is called the combination of straight ahead and post to post animation.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anand.
I think we're having certain queries. Shaptushita, actually, I have received one question from a student. His name is Sai Kumar. He has asked, actually, he has messaged me. He has just asked that whether there is any other softwares to work on it and how to improve the uh, skills of painting or sketching.
Okay. Actually, what what I tell everyone that software is nothing but a tool. Okay, like paper, pencil, brush, eraser, uh, canvas, spatula, roller. I mean, those apparatus or accessories you are getting offline. I mean, you can directly use those in your pen and pencil in your paper, and in digital. I mean, you are using the softwares as those tools, but it's digital. I mean, you have to do it using a computer. So drawing skills, sketching skills, you only can achieve by drawing and sketching. As simple as that. So you need to draw, you need to paint, then only your experience and knowledge and your reflexes will uh, do the progress for you. I mean, that's the only thing. And you can do it you can do it manually with your pen or pencil and paper. You can do it on Photoshop with a pen tab. So those only the tools. I mean, if you are doing it in Photoshop, then your Photoshop skill will gone up. But your drawing and sketching skill, that are actually you will get only by getting proper guidance and proper practice. That's the thing. And software improvement. I mean, software improvement in software. I mean, knowing and using a software is much easier than acquiring a painting and drawing skill. So if you use a software, first you have to play with your tools, then actually you will know, I mean, how to use the software. It's not like that I'm giving you demonstrations of a software in 30 minutes and you can use that software. First, you have to do it. You have to have your own, I mean, hand-on experience on that software. But the thing is that using software, I mean, getting the experience in software is easier than getting the achieving the skill of drawing and painting.
Thank you, sir. We're having another question that is, uh, it has been read. He has asked that I use Photoshop Elements. Why should I consider Photoshop?
Yes, using software also, I mean, depends on the person only. I mean, uh, one can ask you that I use pencil. I love pencil. Why I should do watercolor? This is like the same question. I mean, if you have the affinity and love of your watercolor painting, then definitely you will do the watercolor. And if you like pencil drawings, pencil sketches, charcoal sketches, then that is your domain. So this is completely up to the person who likes it to do what. And also another, but exception is there that if you are an illustrator, professional illustrator, then you don't have that much choice. You have to be a skilled one, and you have to do I mean works for according to your client's order. So then actually you don't have the privilege of selecting much. Then you have to know, I mean, different various medium, various style, various softwares, uh, and you have to deliver those. I mean, other than that, if you are doing it, I mean, for your own thing, then you can use anything. I mean, it's totally up to you. I mean, one software, if you are doing it for your profession, then you have to, then first you have to search which software is the up-to-date one. I mean, in industry, what softwares actually you are gonna get? Like Photoshop. Photoshop is the mother of all, I mean, painting, graphic, web-related software. So it's like it's like C in programming. So this is the mother software. I'm working it for around 15 years. I'm even more than that with Photoshop. Still, I think I know 7 to 8% of the software. So this is the vastness of the software. So uh, like that, I mean, since in industry, I mean, 80% of your production houses and all, they use Photoshop as a software. So, if you are going to make your career in this field, then you have to choose your softwares carefully. I mean, which software industry use more. That you have to take it care.
Thank you, sir. We have received another question from Jagdish Pradhan. He has asked that what is the difference between PSB and PSD?
Sorry.
What are the differences between PSB and PSD?
ESP. That's the two different formats. I mean, PSD is the, I mean, normal Photoshop format, and PSB actually we use for a big, I mean, what you call, I mean, the space. I mean, the size of the file. If it goes too big, then we use PSB format.
Thank you, sir. Till then, I have received these questions. Anything else from anyone? Anil Kumar has asked about some bamboo tablet.
Bamboo tablet. Okay. Uh, So bamboo tablet actually is a common tool for artists who do digital painting. In bamboo tablet, actually, what you get, it's easier to draw with it, and I mean rather than mouse. a limited access, and bamboo tablet has, I mean, these options like those thick and thin and the opacity difference, those I showed you earlier, I mean, the brush settings options. So this you can do with bamboo tablet. So painting will be much easier with it with respect to the mouse. And in market there are many bamboo tablets available. Wacom is the actually giant pop of all software products in this field. Uh, Also, it's a bit expensive as well, since they don't face any competition difficulties in the market. So the bamboo tablet starts, I guess, with a cost of 4,000. I mean, around 4,000, the starting price of bamboo Wacom. But few other companies are doing better right now, like Huon and Xpen, those kind of companies. They are doing nice. Logitech and what other one? Another one company. Those are, I mean, Eyeball and Logitech. Those companies also selling bamboo tablets. But I use that. I didn't like those very much. I mean, since if one use Wacom tablets, then no other tablets actually he likes. I mean, one guy can.
Another question is there. Probably it is the last question we are having. That is, how to create a transparent background in Photoshop.
Transparent background.
In Photoshop, how to create?
Actually, I mean, this question has two aspects. I mean, one is a technical one, and another is a aesthetical one. So, if you are saying that how to make a background transparent like watercolor, then this is a aesthetic question. So, there are few blending modes in Photoshop, like multiply, overlay. Those are the modes. If you change your layer mode from normal to this kind of modes, then you can get the watercolor transparent effect in your painting. If I understand your question, I mean, from that aesthetic point of view, this is the answer. And if you are saying that technical thing, I mean, how to make a transparent file in Photoshop.
He has asked about this background-less photographs are like this.
Okay, then you have to save it in a PNG format. You take a file, invisible the background, and just save it in a PNG format, .png. Then you will get a transparent background of that object.
Thank you, sir. We're not going to take any questions anymore. We're just going to, we're in the words to wrap this session up. Thanks a ton, Saptushida. I think that's all from our part. We'll be happy when we'll get you again. I hope students have enjoyed the session. Anything else from anyone? Otherwise, we'll wrap up this session.
And if you want, I can send the JPEG preview file of this file. What happened.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, our team CSR and members of Painting Club, Devashish Das, Ipshita, Chandrika, and a lot of people are there. I think it will be helpful. I will share the video link to you, sir. Thanks a lot to be with us.
Thanks to you.
Thank you. We're going to end this session up. Still, we're having 2 minutes. We're going to end the session. Thank you. We'll meet you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ipshita. Thank you, Devashish, Chandrika, any other people from CSR. Okay, we'll end the session now. Thank you.